who should be going to Epcot's Food and Wine Festival?
Everyone.
Are you all the type of people, like, do you sit and plan out, like, they're both pointing at Jim just for all of our listeners.
I stay up at night way too late scrolling through the menus.
Making
and like, you will find no corn dogs and funnel cakes there.
That is true. That is true.
And if you were,
technically you can find a funnel cake at one of like the standard booths. It's not a festival booth, but at a standard booth back in the America Pavilion.
Fair. Hey, you know what? There might be a corn dog this year too.
Maybe, like I would be, not that he would show up for every night, but I would be shocked because John Stamos is a big Walt Disney World person anyway. Yep. So that is my theory. I'm like, I bet John Stamos convinced them.
Welcome to Goofy Getaways with your hosts, Amy Blades and Amy Fisher.
Hello and welcome to the Goofy Getaways podcast. I am Amy Blades, founder and CEO of Goofy Getaways, and I'm so glad that you're here, whether it is your first time or, how many episodes do we have now, Amy? I don't even know. Maybe if it's your 20th time. Thank you for coming back. We're well in double digits. Hey, thanks for being here. That's what we're saying. And of course, just a reminder that the podcast is sponsored by our travel agency, Goofy Getaways. And we're really, really excited to be able to do that. We have a really fun topic that we're talking about today. And we have two of our amazing travel consultants. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my counterpart. And, this new joke is, where's Amy today? And I actually am in my office. I'm in Kalamazoo. I am in Kalamazoo. So I'm going to pop it over to my my buddy who's only about 15 minutes away from me, but we see each other more on FaceTime than we do in person. So without further ado, welcome to my counterpart. I will let you introduce yourself.
And I am the other Amy. I'm Amy Fisher. I'm our Vice President of Communication and Development, as well as a travel consultant with Goofy Getaways. And like Amy Blade said, we are so excited to have you here. Today, we have a really fun topic for you. I hope you're hungry. And if not, you're probably going to be hungry by the end of this episode. We're going to be talking to you about Epcot's Food and Wine Festival. And in order to have this conversation, we knew that we had to bring in two of our favorite foodies, two of our travel consultants, Jim and Rachel. Do you guys want to introduce yourself and just tell all of our listeners a little bit about you?
I love you. Tell your little story. Tell your little story. How it was one of you and now it's three of you, but.
Well, so we're Rachel and Jim Travel. And we're so excited to be here today. And fun fact, Jim had never been to Disney until he met me.
That's true. And on my first trip, we went to Epcot's Food and Wine Festival.
And I'm an old culinary cast member. So foodie to the bone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love it. And Rachel's been with me for a while. And my favorite story about that is, I remember we were talking about the trip and we were kind of all joking about Jim never, to Disney. And so then Rachel reached out to me because we have a couple couples that work for the agency. And she goes, Amy, she goes, I really want to, Jim's really interested in doing this with me. What do you think? And I'm like, heck yeah. If you guys want to do it as a team, I'm all about it. And so I think it's so much fun for me when there's that much buy-in and watching you guys, grow your business and do your videos and do your, I love watching all of it and watching you go from 1 to 2 to then. No.
Never. If you would have talked to 15-year-old me, nope.
And now we have you hooked, Jim.
Yes,
now we have you.
We're so excited that you are both here. So thank you for being here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, again, we're so excited to have you both here on this episode today to talk about Epcot's Food and Wine Festival. But to kick off the conversation, for people who don't know, let's just talk about what is Epcot's Food and Wine Festival. And Amy Blades, do you mind breaking down for us, just a nice little overview if somebody has no idea what we're talking about? What is Epcot's
I think
Food and Wine Festival?
One of my favorite things about Epcot in general is that they do festivals, and there's so many festivals. And Food and Wine was actually the first festival that I ever went to, also at Epcot. But it is exactly what it sounds like. It's always late summer, pretty much throughout the fall until Festival of the Holidays starts, and it is focused on food and the food booths. And there's always like some entertainment. Always, it's not just wine. Believe me, there's some really good drinks. So it's just like an amazing festival where you've got the booths and you can try all of these different type foods too, which is something that I love. It's not like just one I mean, they really do a good job of trying to be authentic to the countries and even bringing in other booths that aren't necessarily the countries. So yeah, it's a huge food party is the way that I like to think about it. Just a lot of fun. And I do like entertainment when they bring in, some of your favorite artists that you wouldn't even, it's always fun when you kind of sit and wait to see who they're going to bring in. And those are typically on the weekend, but actually over the course of a couple weeks, I think they even have like weeknights now. But like when it first started, it was different and it's evolved over the years. It used to be that one of the best things, and if Disney's listening, I like to give these little tips sometimes, what they need to go back to. They used to do the cooking demonstrations. I don't know if you guys, yes.
Yep.
And I did those with Chucky, my oldest. And that was one, we loved that. I don't know why they got rid of those, but the festival is still enjoyable, but I wish they would bring that component back. But yeah, just a big party. It's a lot of fun. Very popular.
It is. I fully agree. Yeah. Maybe with the new festival, the Communicore Hall, the festival space that they've created in Epcot, maybe they'll start to bring those cooking demonstrations back. But it was like, I feel like Rachel and Jim and I were having this conversation just the other day that we were
that's funny.
We missed those. So that is Epcot's, just a quick overview of Epcot's Food and Wine Festival. For those of you, if you're not familiar, Epcot is one of the 4 theme parks at Walt Disney World. So I'm just going to throw that in there for you real fast. Rachel and Jim, who should be going to Epcot's Food and Wine Festival?
Everyone.
Yes.
Honestly, I think it is mostly marketed towards adults. And I think it would be so cool if you got a group of your adult friends together and did like a foodie trip. I think it'd be great for first timers, like get a taste of literally everything
from around the world too. Because the existing pavilions, of course, have their food as well, but then there's smaller country kiosks that you can go to that don't always have the representation in the parks. So that's really cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And do you guys feel like, let's say a family's going with little kids, what could they still get out of, they might be at Epcot for other things.
EPCOT stops, which are really fun to do. There's also Emil's Fromage Montage. What kid doesn't love cheese and ice cream and milk and dairy?
Very true.
That's really
the
cool.
Kids at heart. Yeah.
Who doesn't? We have a fun story where we were dedicated to finishing Emil's Fromage Montage, and it was pouring rain.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
Like up to our shins. And our ice cream was a puddle because of all the rain, but we finished it.
Yep.
So it's those kind of challenges that give you the best memories to look back on and be like, only at Disney.
Yeah. We only had one day in Epcot that trip, and we're like, we're finishing this today.
The best of it. Yeah, we're gonna do it. I think something to mention too, for kids, is that there's always some sort of something, whether it's like pumpkins with Pluto, or they always try to do something. At Christmas they're usually hiding Olaf, and Flower and Garden they're usually hiding like the orange bird. So I think that is also something that you can do as a family.
Remy, I think it's Remy's.
Yeah, so I know for kids that's also something that you can
and the food. There's a lot of food there that's kid friendly
culture,
too.
teaching kids different cultures and different food. Yeah.
And I love that, like, the servings, it's more of like a tapas style, right? So it's just little small servings. And so it's like, it's a great way to either get kids who might be picky eaters or adults that you're traveling with who are picky eaters, right? If you go in a group, have one person get it and everybody just tries a bite, and you may never know what you might find that you really enjoy. And I like it.
Nope,
All
I
right,
agree.
we've all done Food and Wine Festival. So let's talk about when you're planning a stay that includes Food and Wine Festival, where are we staying, friends?
I know where I'm staying.
Our
So
answer
do you.
for any time to stay there is Skyliner Resorts,
Yacht and
or
Beach.
Yacht and Beach within
Or
walking
Boardwalk.
distance.
Boardwalk. Yeah, I'm a boardwalk
Mhm.
girl.
I was
Yeah.
like, Amy's gonna say boardwalk real fast.
I mean, we're Yacht and Beach. We love
Storm Along Bay.
Along Bay.
The pool.
Like
Mm.
that pool's amazing. Lazy River, and walking distance to Epcot and Skyliner to Hollywood, which are our two favorite parks. So, but I mean, anywhere on property, obviously, monorail or Skyliner gets kind of a quicker non-bus transpo over there. But I mean, anywhere's good, just on property.
Yeah,
There's so many
on
perks.
property. Get on property just so you
Deal
can
with
be
parking
there.
yourself.
Well, and let's talk about it, right? If we're talking about perks for staying on property, another piece of it that's really important during Food and Wine Festival is getting the dining plan. Because if you have the dining plan, most of the food booths are going to give you snack credits to be able to use. So if you're somebody that you're like, hey, we want to stick to a budget, but we really want to have a good time at Food and Wine Festival, staying on property, having the dining plan can be a great option. But what are some other things that people could do to help them budget? Because let's be honest, you could go wild with how much you spend at Food and Wine Festival.
The past few years, they've had these mini little gift cards on the little elastic wristbands there in it.
I found mine. So if you're watching it on our YouTube, I'm showing the little card, and it's reloadable.
Yeah.
Yes. So even like if you have older kids too, and they kind of want to break off or try some different things, give them $25,
wristband.
$40. Let them try around the world. Or if you yourself are trying to keep to a budget, give yourself $100. If you didn't do dining plan, if you aren't staying on property, like that's a great way to keep yourself accountable.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually a really good point. Put the amount of money on, and when it's and
When
every
it's
time you
gone.
purchase something, your receipt's going to show you what you have left over, so it helps you be on track too.
We're big fans of especially buying like gift cards ahead of time and just having that. There's a lot of places that do like gift card deals and stuff too, where you can get it
Yes, yeah,
Ahead of time.
discounted ahead
Yeah.
of time. Like makes everything a lot better.
heck yeah. I think
Exactly.
Target if you use your card, sometimes Sam's, sometimes
Right. Sam's
Costco.
Club.
So yeah,
Meijer, if you're
all about
local.
saving money. Yes, if you use
Yeah.
your remote.
Meijer.
Yes.
Hey, Midwest.
It really is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 10 to 15% off.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll take it. More snacks. More
For as
snacks
often
for
as we
us.
go, we need it.
Isn't that the truth, right? It's like, yeah, by the time you
Exactly.
pay a trip off, you're starting another one up. I know.
Yeah. So when you
It's all
guys are going
research.
to, do you like to do, okay, let's talk about it. There's the festival passport. And at the time that we're recording this episode, we don't have the full food booth menus just yet. But normally people, just so you know, you can view those ahead of time online. Are you all the type of people, like, do you sit and plan out, like, they're both pointing at Jim just for all of our listeners.
I stay up at night way too late scrolling through the
Menus.
menus.
Making
I'm like, oh, we need to go here to try this.
Mhm.
Oh, we gotta, I plan our route around.
And we like basically plan our menu and then plan our content around the menu. If you needed to know how big of foodies we are, it's like we pick the things we're wanting to eat
And
Yep.
then
or
you're picking-
that are just crazy, like the Fly Wing Lab last year with the
Brewing Lab.
Brewing Lab with the pickle milkshake and the really spicy wings or the peanut butter and jelly wings. Just very
Oh yeah, the Parmesan
interesting
wings. Yeah.
combinations.
Yeah.
Amy, does your family plan out like ahead of time too? Do you guys go look at the food menus, or do you just kind of
Okay.
peruse when you get there? Because you guys go, sometimes
Yeah.
you're semi-local,
Yeah.
so you go
Yeah.
a little bit more than
We do.
get to go.
So this is the truth. Are you ready for the secret? This is the truth. The truth is I will usually go the first day because that's my work, right? While Chuck's working.
Mhm.
And I usually go with our buddies, Kayla and Mark Allen. And I really, we take this is the truth. Whatever they say that we're supposed to try is what we try. Okay, I'm just being honest. And then that's how we try it. However, to be fair, because you don't really know we don't know the food 100% until you go. And then I always do get the guide. And I really do look through it to see about things that I would like. If we weren't local, I would definitely be doing what Jim is doing. And my husband, Chuck, is definitely a planner, and he's always on. Like, he's ahead of the game so many times before I even know things. That's him. He's going to look and see, okay, hey, I want to try this one here. I want to try this one here. And so you really do kind of make a plan to tackle it because, you know, right now is like that Taste of Florida. And we were just down there and had a whole list of all these things that we were going to do. And I think we did 2 of them. So it's sometimes the lines can be long, but be patient. Bring your patience.
Honestly, that brings up a good point. We often recommend to our clients that if you're going for food and wine, get the hopper tickets, because sometimes one day at Epcot's not enough. And
just keep going back for dinner.
Yes, yes, that is like exactly. That in itself is worth it. I would agree with you. That's a really good tip, and I agree.
It's so true. Well, and okay, so obviously if I'm down there, I'm often with Kayla, or if I'm going,
or we're together with
I was like, we're together, or sometimes my best friend Rachel will come with me.
Yeah.
And so I won't lie, I don't know that I've ever personally like planned out what I'm going to eat at Food and Wine Festival. It's kind of like people just tell me that they're like, Amy, you're going to eat this. So sometimes I'll like see a picture or a post on, you know, Disney Park social media, and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to have to eat that because that looks delicious.
We'll be in line for something, and I'll be like, what are we eating, or why are we eating this? And Amy's just like, just because we have to try it. Like, let's try it.
I mean, when we're looking at these menus, there's 50 things we want to try, and we're only going for 2 or 3 days. Like, there's no way we're trying all 50.
And it can be expensive, let's be honest, too. So you really do, when you talk about budgeting, there's a reason to look through all of it, because it can be very expensive to. Yeah. But you're right.
And you can find items as cheap as like $5, but then you can also find things that are $15, $20 for, you know, a dish.
Especially when you start adding a cocktail.
Yes. Alcohol. If you're trying to do a cocktail and eat something, they do rack up really fast.
Absolutely.
Dining plan. Yeah. Dining plan would help a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
utilize those snack credits. I actually, again, at the time that we're recording this, I literally just had a conversation, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, with a client. We were planning they have the Disney dining plan. And so we were planning out their sit down dining reservations, but their Epcot day, they were like, we don't want a sit down meal that day. We're saving all of our snack credits because we're eating around the world at Food and Wine Festival. They're staying at Beach Club because, again, like, this is a big part of their trip. They're even there with little kids, but they're super excited for it. And so everybody can go and just really enjoy Food and Wine Festival. And there's so many different things. You know, yes, there's the World Showcase ones, but there's so many other booths of different things to try.
And that's what I love. Like, you don't know for sure until I think, and this sounds like, you know, being like a teacher, like, pack your patience, but I have to remind myself, because that is, if you go during the day, except on a weekend. If you're able to go during the week, it's usually not as crazy as it is on the weekends, or in the evenings. But yeah, you can definitely tell pretty quick what the favorite booths are, because that's where you're going to have the lines. But do you guys have like a favorite something that you go back to? Because there are definitely some things that they do bring back.
They can't say that yet.
It's not all in. I didn't ask about an all in. I just meant we were talking about the booths and the food. And is there like a favorite one that you go to?
Or a favorite? Just give us your favorite.
That's all I'm saying. Your
favorite
booth. The booth that we have to go to every time we go is the Greek booth, for the grilled cheese and honey and pistachios.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
We got it. It was perfect the first time we went. It was one of the first items we got.
Hooked.
Okay, so that's like one you're going to want to visit every year.
And it's one, like, you have to make sure you get it when it's right off the griddle. Don't let it have it be one that's sitting under the heat lamp when it's fresh and it's melty. It's the best.
Okay.
Absolute best.
Okay, see? I didn't break the rules. I know I break them all the time.
We can come up with more.
We've got more.
That's right.
Well, and now that they've answered, Amy, what is a booth that you like have to go back to?
Oh, my favorite is the poutine. And last year they had like that braised beef. Sometimes they have like a barbecue. That was so good. But it's always a must do for me. I love that.
Fresh pork.
And then I do love oh man, last year we did a cider. Oh my God, what was that called? Like a flight in Morocco. They had like a cider flight. So I do like to, there's definitely the drink that I like, and then it's usually not the same as the food booths. But yeah, I'm always all about Le Cellier. They can have those booths open here. What about you?
So I think like the booth that I try to go back to for food and I think it's at Food and Wine, the Hawaii booth.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like it is. I know.
Because
I had to think too, because the Frushi is my favorite and it's only during
like,
Flower Garden.
I was like, I'm 99%. I'm 99% certain, but usually, and again, we don't know for sure which ones are here this year, but like the Hawaii booth is a one that like I enjoy all of the beverages and I enjoy like the slider sandwiches. They had like some sort of like a vodka sunrise. I don't know. It was very fruity and very delicious. I had to stop at one.
Amy, we have to divert for 1 second because we always end up with story. You already know where I'm going with this, right?
You might as well.
So this is so funny. So Amy and I do travel. We have very blessed. We get to travel together. And one of our first trips that it was just the two of us, it was like one of the first times that my husband had taken an assignment in Orlando. So we were living down there and Amy had come down to visit. And so we did Food and Wine. Well, we did like every single booth and we would take our pictures and we would do our cheers. And I do not feel like,
I was posting on Goofy Getaways social media, right? Like I'm like posting on the agency social media, all the things that we're eating and drinking.
And I'm not even thinking a whole lot about it. I mean, I'm not feeling like we're overindulging. I mean, we're having drinks and so I get like a message from my youngest and he's like, well, I see that that's all you and Amy like to do while you're at Food and Wine is drink the whole time. And so it's like this joke now with our family because, she's more like their older sister. And it's like Amy, the alcoholic when and I'm not making light of that. Please don't. But like he was genuinely concerned that Amy and I were drinking too much at EPCOT. So we've kind of turned it into this running joke, if you will, that, we're working and we're sharing the drink. So it really doesn't count as a whole drink, but I'll never forget that.
And it's very much turned into a joke because most people who have traveled with me realize that like, I can have like a drink and then I'm done.
Yeah.
So
like,
it was like,
we really don't
having
drink that
sips
much.
of things and I'm like, oh, okay.
We don't though.
No, it was very funny when
funny.
Like she showed me that text when it came through and I was like, what?
We're bad examples. So you can enjoy Food and Wine without having to drink the wine, but
and they're smaller portions too.
Yes. Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Portions.
We appreciate that justification.
As someone who, would prefer larger portions.
Yes.
They are a little small sometimes.
A little small. See? It's so funny, though.
It's just a taste.
Yeah, I often think it'd be fun to have that job to decide what those booths are going to be and be a part of that. That would be a good, each year. Like, I love that they bring
have
back
like a secret lab where they work on recipes.
They must.
I feel like I saw that somewhere where it's like a secret test lab, like off property. That dream.
I think that was behind the attraction.
Yeah, I think we saw that.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
It's amazing.
But I mean, can you imagine like trying to figure out which things and you want to bring new, but you want to keep some of the, it's like,
what do you bring that's new without taking away the favorites? Because like certain things like the poutine, like if you take away poutine, people are going to riot.
Yeah.
Like,
or the macaroni and cheese. Oh my goodness, that's become a big one too. Over the mac and cheese. Yep. Yeah.
Like,
the fry one's been around.
The fry flights, yeah.
Yeah. See, I am getting hungry now.
I purposely ate dinner right before we recorded this because I was like, otherwise I'm going to be hungry.
Good call.
All right. So we've talked about some pieces of this, but as we're thinking about Food and Wine Festival as a whole, I also feel like there are some important tips, tricks that we want to be able to share with people too, right? So like Rachel and Jim, what are some initial things that you're like, hey, before you're like, hey, I'm all in on like my foodie trip, what are some things that people need to think about or some tips and tricks for them?
First thing that comes to mind, honestly, is to acknowledge that World Showcase doesn't really open until 11. And so if you're planning to start your day in EPCOT, sleep in.
That's actually a really
go,
good
go
tip.
ride your rides first.
Go
Yeah.
ride your
Ride
rides.
your
Yeah.
rides first, and then if you're planning on just getting it packed in with food, like you have to wait until about lunchtime to start. I mean, some of those restaurants do open early for breakfast and stuff. Like, and
It's like, isn't there a
breakfast,
like
yeah.
a waffle, a
brunch,
Belgian
like,
waffle one,
something.
and there was like
Yeah.
brunch cot or
But
something.
yes.
in the creperie and
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can find a couple places, but for sure, if you're like,
Like,
hey, like my whole
The-
day
the
is going to be
booths
food and wine,
generally
like
aren't
just
open. Yeah.
be prepared that go ride the rides or do something else. But
And
that's a great tip.
honestly, with considering that, it might be a good consideration. Like if you are truly trying to plan the most epic foodie getaway, stay deluxe. Hopefully line up with some of those extended evening hours, hit your rides in the morning and in the evening, and fill the middle of your day.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's a really good
Yeah,
tip.
because the food booths are, just so people know, during extended evening hours, like deluxe guests get extended evening hours in select parks on select nights. During those extended evening hours, the festival food booths are not open. So that's like peak time. Go ride your rides during that time, or go ride rides during, rope drop first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you can spend from 11 until the park closes at 9 p.m.
And
Eat
eat
your
the
little
whole
foodie
thing.
heart out.
Right. And eat.
I mean, one of the other big things is like watch out for the weather, because it's always happens right during the middle of hurricane season. So keep an eye out for that.
Very true.
Pack a poncho.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple.
Yeah, and I think it's a great mindset, even and I can tell you that from being there, it's been every single time it's rain, and umbrellas are fine. But if you get that mindset, go to the dollar store and get yourself ponchos. You're going to save money, but so you're not spending how much they are. But embrace it, right? Just know it's probably going to rain.
Yeah.
Put on our ponchos, and we're going to eat, and we're going to have drinks, and we're going to. I think
Use some
that's
dry socks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep
Yeah.
some dry socks in your bag.
Yeah, I think
Keep
that's
those
really
blisters
good.
away.
Yes.
Keep in mind that if the weather gets severe, they will temporarily close
Yeah.
the line for the food booth, because they can't have it like raining in on their cash registers and things like that.
Yep.
And I think this is actually where I met Rachel and Jim, was at a food and wine festival. We were like kind of like eating opposite directions and trying to meet up.
We met out like just outside of Mexico.
Yeah,
that's
and it
so
like
funny.
started pouring
Pouring
rain. They shut the food booth down. We ended up like hiding. What did we hide
In a
It
merchant.
was like a merch stall.
like
We
water
were
up
just-
to our shins, like just. And I met them, and
Just watching the water get closer
and
and
Jim is
closer.
like, I like Disney now, and I'm like, yay!
This is what it's all about. Just give Jim some food and some drinks, and he's like,
Yep.
I am
He
all
was
in.
down for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good
I mean,
sport.
it's not normal theme park food either when
No.
we talk about this. Like,
No.
this is another level.
You
would
will
agree.
find no corn dogs and funnel cakes
That
there.
is true.
Like
That is
No.
true.
And if you
I mean,
were, they're elegant.
Technically, you can find a funnel cake
There is-
at one of like the standard booths. It's not a festival booth, but at a standard booth back
That's
in the
fair.
America
That's
Pavilion. So if you need a funnel cake,
can
just
do
so you
it.
know,
And
they're
they're-
there.
Hey, you know what? There might be a corn dog this year too. Ooh,
Maybe,
we'll
you
see.
know, like it's always funny to me when they have like their America booth and then they try to put some different food items, and I'm like, is that really what people think that we like?
I know.
Let's be honest. Americans eat
We could
like
start, but we could
the
talk
worst
about
food
that whole.
ever.
The
Yeah.
drinking chocolate that they had, I think it was a different festival a couple years ago. That was amazing too.
You're like, oh,
I'm okay if people think that's America.
Yeah. Except we don't even have that good of chocolate. Like
We don't.
Right.
like most European countries have way better chocolate than we do, if we're being truthful here.
fun.
But anyway, one other thing that I do want to share with our listeners as well, something related to the Food and Wine Festival to keep in mind as a Run Disney fanatic, is that when they have the Wine and Dine race weekend, that Sunday night of that race weekend, word of warning for you, they do an after hours party. So it's not during the normal park hours, but they do an after hours party for the runners. And so just so you know, if you are visiting during that weekend, I do not recommend trying to do your Food and Wine Festival day that Sunday.
Which is why you use a travel consultant, because they're going to tell you those kind of things ahead of time so that you.
Exactly. Exactly. Rachel and Jim, have you guys ever done any of the Eat to the Beat concerts? Like, have you gone and watched any of those?
No. Sorry. Spoiler alert. We truly
We
go
did
for
get
the
in
food.
line for one.
We did
and
get
then
in
it
line.
started raining and we were like, nope, done.
That's fair.
But it's really cool that it's included in your park admission.
Yes.
However, if you want preferred seating, there is the special
dining package.
Mhm.
package that you can do that.
And I don't think you need it. I mean, I've done the dining package for different like when they do like the Broadway stars, I've done that, but we've also went multiple times. Like we got to see Jody Messina, we've seen Tiffany. I will say they did announce who's going to be there this year, and they have a pretty amazing lineup of some.
Yeah.
They have
really
the beach.
great-
They have the Beach Boys on the
I
lineup for
know.
this year.
I
Like,
know.
that's
They have like
crazy.
Mercy
I think
Me.
they're just down to one Beach Boy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, here's my theory that I'm just gonna say this because whatever, because us Amy's are unfiltered on this podcast. But I think that they put the Beach Boys on there, and I think John Stamos is gonna show up on stage.
he could,
Yeah.
because he's a big
love
Disney
He is
guy
like
too.
so close with them. Like
Yep.
I would be, not that he would show up for every night, but I would be
No.
shocked because John Stamos is a big Walt Disney World person
Huge.
anyway.
Yep.
So that is my theory. I'm like, I bet John Stamos convinced them, but like
I had the same theory about Joey Fatone and NSYNC. As a 90s girl growing up, I was like,
he's brought like Lance Bass
Yes.
out with
Well,
him and Chris
it just says
Kirkpatrick.
it's
Yes.
Joey and
Yeah,
friends.
friends.
So.
Yes, could be.
Yeah.
They do a nice job, nice lineup, and I think that's part of it too, right? Like if you're there for the food, but it's just kind of
And
part of
that
the
amphitheater isn't
experience.
huge.
I really
like,
no,
you can
no,
walk
and you
right
can
past
hear
it.
it when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
Yeah, if you want to listen to the music, truthfully, you could sit back in the like America Pavilion area, be drinking is it the moonshine sour? That's
that
like
moonshine.
it's not a festival drink, friends. It's there all year round, just so you know. But it is one of the best drinks in Epcot.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's delicious. You can just sit back there. You can be eating your festival food, but like listening to whoever is playing, which is really cool. That's a piece that's included with your park ticket. It's not going to cost you anything extra. So I like it.
Yeah, I like that they incorporate that.
Is there anything else that we need to tell people about Food and Wine Festival or about planning their trip?
I think
for Food and
merchandise,
Wine
we didn't
Festival?
talk like a ton about, but if you're like
Ooh,
a pin collector, there's always like special pins for all of the festivals, but you can usually get, they do have booths for cool merchandise, usually a lot of times for Food and Wine. Remy,
I was like, Rachel has got her Figment ears on. If you can see us on YouTube, did you get those? Is that a Food and Wine one?
They are Food and Wine ears. And I feel like each year they kind of pick a head character to go with the Food and Wine. Like, I feel like Figment is having a moment, and he's been
kind of showing up at all the
runner.
Yeah.
It's all us like nostalgic millennials. That's why Figment's having his moment again. And Jim, you collect pins, right? Do you normally get a Food and Wine Festival pin?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. I think I've got one or two of them. I think I missed my first year going to get.
He didn't know the
one.
awesomeness that was pin collecting initially, and then he's like, "Wait,
our family are real big."
Barely started.
Yeah, it's fun though, isn't it? That's a whole podcast of its own. So yeah, but that's interesting. I didn't know that Jim was a pin. That's awesome.
I learned that on their TikTok the other day. I didn't realize Jim was into it until I saw Rachel and Jim had a really funny TikTok, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" It was very entertaining.
My park bag is just absolutely covered.
So we never make it through security. We are always
You always
No.
get pulled.
One of us is always stopped. The other one goes right through, sails right through.
It just depends.
And I just immediately make the beeline for the security
You're like,
line.
Because you know that you're going to end up over there
I
anyway.
know.
It's how it is. It's okay.
But yeah, I think merchandise is the only other thing. I mean, obviously, entertainment and the food, but yeah.
They also sometimes have really cool like plates, charcuterie boards, wine glasses that fit onto a little plate, like really cool souvenirs. If this is your time to go and you are a foodie person, like there's some really unique items that you could get to bring home. And then like you're hosting in your house, if that's where you find your joy, like really cool items.
Just all the stuff is so different. It's all, yeah. I like the merchandise a lot. That's usually one of my favorite things to do.
Disney shopping is a passion.
I mean, yeah, me too. Let's be honest.
And I know we briefly mentioned it, but I want to bring back the, I think it's theoretically designed for kids. I love the scavenger hunts that they do at every festival, but like the Remy one, I won't lie, I'm the person that splurges. I'll pay the, $10 plus tax for the actual map. But if you don't want to do it, like it's very easy to find out how many of them there are, and you can just have your kids hunt for Remy or make it a safe drinking game. I don't know if I could say that on a podcast episode.
This is Amy's authentic.
But like,
it's all
have
good.
fun with it. Like, I like doing it as an adult. I think it's a great time to like find the different characters, and it gives you something to feel like you're doing so that you don't feel like you're just eating as you walk around. You're like, oh my gosh, I had to go over to Japan and get this drink because I was looking for Remy in Japan.
I just had to show up over there.
Pretty well.
So
you might be at the bottom of that drink,
right?
Yeah, you might be. You gotta look. I mean, you gotta finish it.
I might need another one just to check and see.
That's so funny. Yeah, I think it's I think that they do an amazing job with festivals. I'm kind of a sucker for the Flower and Garden, and I love the holidays too. But it's a pretty popular event, and it's always pretty busy, and so it's kind of fun to see what they're going to do each year, and it's a good time to go. I think I like the fall anyway. So,
and you can line it up if you really wanted to, maybe hit a Mickey's Not So Scary.
Yes.
I mean, we
Pair
could
stuff
do
together.
some really cool things in the fall if you wanted to line it up.
Yep, I
The
agree.
one year we were able to hit like the last 2 days of Food and Wine, and then we did Jollywood Nights too.
Yes.
So we got to
That's what I like, is that you really can make stay. There's like that certain week where you can literally go from one to the other, and so like
Halloween to Christmas and all of the fun things, because there's just I think all of us would agree there's always so much to do at Disney, right? Like there's always something different. Like it doesn't. I'm so glad that you went 10 years ago, but guess what? It's all so different now. Or great, you went in the springtime 10 years ago. Now try going in the fall, because it's an entirely different experience. There's, Flower and Gardens in the spring, but Food and Wine is in the fall. And there's so many different things to do and to see and experience. And
Cosmic Rewind is in the parks now. Like just go for it.
Just go for okay. I agree on that too.
See, and that's even more fun after you've been doing Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah. And the race, there's always Run Disney events. So a lot of reasons to go during that time for sure.
I've been going for the greater part of 10, 15 years, and there's still things I haven't done. And that's like 2 to 3 trips a year.
Yep.
Like we go often. We may not stay for a week every time, but we go often. And it's specifically for certain things that we've yet to have. And they keep making things better. They keep coming out with more.
Things. Yes. Isn't that the truth? Yeah. They know how to get like these are, you're a Disney lover. I would agree.
Sure. Oh, there's just so many things to do and to see. And I think we all agree Food and Wine Festival is a great experience for people, whether you're traveling with your family, whether you're doing an adults-only vacation. I will say Food and Wine is one that it's kind of common to see like mother-daughter trips or like, bachelorette parties and things like that. And it's such a good time because Disney is such a safe space for you to be able to like go and just have a good time. And so, please don't overindulge. Please behave yourself and be appropriate, you know, but like it's okay to have fun. And like I know I feel comfortable that I'm like, oh, I can have a drink on Disney property because Disney provides all your transportation, or I'm staying at the boardwalk and I'm just walking back to my hotel at night and I don't have to worry about, you know, drunk driver somewhere or anything like that. So, you know, it's really nice to be able to have that safe space to go and have a good time. Yeah.
I agree. Is it time for our all in?
It is time. It is time for Amy's All In.
Yeah.
Hi, if you're new here, welcome to our podcast episodes where we always do an Amy's All In, where we tell you something that we are all in about, and we always let our special guests also get to partake in this. So today's All In is we are going to share with you our favorite Food and Wine Festival food item. It could be a wine if you want, like a beverage if you'd prefer. So you got to come up with your favorite.
Or you could do one of each. Could do a drink and if you wanted.
If you want to do a food item and a beverage, that is totally fine. And Jim and Rachel, you can each have your own because you are each your own person.
Yes.
Okay. Like, please don't feel like you need to answer together. Like, this is like, I'm going to go first today. Because I don't usually go first. Okay. So please keep in mind that as we're sharing these food and wine items, these are obviously from past food and wine festivals. Yep. We do not know for sure what the food booths are. However, they're probably common things that come back. But anyway, okay, mine is there is normally a booth over in the UK pavilion. I want to say it's an Irish booth, but they have this like Irish chocolate cake. I am not normally a cake person. However, this cake is the most delicious thing ever. And they put some sort of like an Irish cream sauce over the top of it. Y'all.
Amy's all in.
I was at a wine and dine race weekend after party, and I think I ate 3 of them.
Amy, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So I'm just saying.
So it's good.
That stuff's good. Yeah, it's real good.
It's good. Do you have a favorite drink?
It's just one slice
of actual cake. Exactly.
They're small.
That's like 1/3 of Gideon's cake. So you're doing great.
Half marathon that morning.
You
we're
need
good.
It,
like you gotta get those carbs back in.
You walked it out. Guaranteed.
For sure.
What about a drink? You and I have had some really good drinks
there are very good drinks.
Do you have a favorite
if I'm going with my favorite drink, I'm going to say that the one in the Hawaii, whatever that sunrise.
Oh, yeah.
Something is.
I know yes.
That I'm like, I can only really drink one, but
yeah,
but it's good.
All right.
I don't remember what it's officially called. All right, Amy, do you know what yours is? Because then we'll let Rachel and Jim
I do. I am going to say, like, last year I loved in Morocco the cider flight. Mm-hmm. I like cider. I'm not a beer person. I like wine, but that would be probably my favorite drinks that we've had. And then I have to say every year it's, going to the old Le Cellier booth and getting the poutine, just because they do add different things to it each year. It's not always the same. So those are definitely my favorites. What about you guys?
So a few years back, there was an Australian booth and it had a lamb chop and it was coated in potato chips, which you wouldn't think would be as delicious as it was. It was unexpected. It was salty. It was sweet. It was savory. It was chef's kiss. So good. Drink-wise, we had a mango lassi in India.
At the India booth, just outside of China Pavilion.
Sweet and light and refreshing. Mm-hmm. So good.
And then they also had the ability to add, so you get it non-alcoholic as the mango lassi, which is like a mango and yogurt drink. But then they also had a chai flavored liqueur, like a chai cream liqueur that you could add on to it. And that just made it amazing.
Even better. Okay.
I was going to say that was my favorite drink that we've had there too. My food though is at the Canada kiosk. They have have had the bacon and beer cheese soup.
Yes.
They give you the
Yes.
little
How did I
With the little
forget
pretzel
that?
bread.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a must.
That
See, I
does
love
things to me.
I love
Even
that one,
though
but sometimes
it's soup, it's warm and it's very hot
yeah,
out
I was
during
like,
that
that's
time
the
of
hard
year.
part. Sometimes I'm like, sometimes it's too hot, but
Yeah.
like
You know what?
so
I get
good.
it in the evening, or like the one year it was raining like crazy, and
Yeah.
like
Warmed
We
you
had
up.
to make a special trip for that soup.
yeah,
Yeah.
See, Jim is definitely all. I love that. I love that.
Yep.
All right. So there's
I'm
our
wearing
all
that
ins.
twice.
I love it. And I love that we all kind of pick something different. I like that a lot. So yeah, thank you.
We just gave you all
guys.
like a whole meal, I
Yeah,
feel like, because
I
right,
think
like there
so,
were all
too.
these different things. So try all of those.
over and
and all
over
not
again.
right next to each other either, so you can walk.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
working it off,
Burn off
getting
some
some
calories
exercise.
between.
Exactly. Well, we always love when, I know I personally love when I get to showcase the travel consultants that work for the company. So thank you guys so much for being good sports and joining the podcast. We appreciate you. And then just a reminder to everybody that you can book with Jim and Rachel if you'd like to book a trip with them. Or if not, we have lots of other consultants that you can choose from. And you can do that by going to our website, which is www.goofygetaways.com. You can take a peek and see if there's somebody that you want to work with. And if you're like, hey, I'd work with anybody, I promise you, Amy does a really good job of matching people up. So go there, find out all of our information. You can follow us on our social media handles. We've got our Goofy Getaways Facebook page and our Goofy Getaways Instagram. So Amy does an amazing job keeping those up to date. So there's always lots of information in there. And then I know that Jim and Rachel, they also have their own handle. What are you guys are? I'll let you say what that is and where they can find you.
We are Rachel and Jim Travel. We are on Instagram and TikTok. And we also are on Facebook, Goofy Getaways, Rachel and Jim Badowski.
Yeah. So you can find out information about them. And of course, I know you guys are used to hearing us say this. You can find me with the Goofy Getaways CEO on Instagram and on Facebook. And my good old buddy there, she is Amy Runs on Magic, which you can find Facebook and Instagram. So thank you so much for indulging us. Hopefully you're really, really hungry and you want to reach out because you want to get yourself to Food and Wine. So reach out to one of us. We'd love to help you get to Food and Wine Festival. But I don't think if we have anything else, we'll just say that we will see ya
Real soon.
If you liked today's episode of the Goofy Getaways podcast, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to follow Goofy Getaways on social media so we can lead you to the magic.